Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
Rob him.
I was about to ask, did you have any cool photos from prison? And then I was like, of course not.
Dude, you can though. You can. There's a fucking booth you can go to and like it.
Like a kissing booth? I'm picturing.
Yes. Yes. And it costs. What if I'd gotten one? Oh my God. What if I'd gotten one with me and Snow? That's fun. If we go back in time, I'd have one with me and Snow. Fucking like.
Wait. Who uses the photo booth? Wait, hold on. Who uses the prison photo booth with their buddies?
Homemade
do they go on, like,
no one uses it with their buddies. Let me make that clear. No one. But if you want to send a picture of yourself back to your homies, you know, how else you gonna do it?
Is it like the kind of thing you find at Dave and Buster's where you'll pull the curtain back and just sit there?
Yeah.
It would be so awesome.
It takes 4 photos.
If
and it's
you
expensive.
Snow and block all got
How much
pictures.
Several dollars a picture.
A couple max.
You just feed the fish in there, not even in the pouch.
It's 2 days worth
It won't
of work.
take my mackerel. I just
Man, prison sounds hilarious, but only because it didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
I was saying.
Yeah. It's awful. It's so
Like,
not
thank
fun.
God Kyle's a good storyteller because this could have just been very dry and not that funny at all.
No, he's
But I'm over here going, I'm like, maybe I want to try a little stint in prison. Can you give me like a week?
yeah.
Probably would. You know, just go visit. You know, you get a job there. You could do that. Yeah, there was so much corruption throughout the whole thing. You know, so much favoritism and stuff like that. Like Snow wanted to get a job up the hill where they have actual workout equipment, and you know only the black guys got those jobs. And you know, the only black guys worked in the laundry. There was mostly black people there, so black people were sort of in positions of power as far as who got to decide who got to do what. So it was hard to get into those preferable jobs. The kitchen was
not being white.
You could try that, but it's hard. The kitchen was a mixed bag. You got access to the food and you could steal some, but also you had to make everybody's food. And that meant you had to get up really fucking early and be in there working. So
I feel like
I wonder, wait,
was
there ever was there anyone that was like legitimately talented in the kitchen? I know that like the materials that you have to work with are limited, but you know, conceptually there's got to be, one person that's like, yeah, man, I was like a pretty decent chef. Like I can make some not shit food from your shit ingredients. I feel like there's got to be a couple guys out there.
That's Snow again. Snow would make these bowls for me. You know, we have Tupperware, and he made me a nacho bowl one day that was like Doritos and nacho chips covered with like refried beans and queso and salsa and jalapenos.
Oh hell yeah! That
and
sounds
chili
really
beans.
good.
I was like, hey, sign me up.
I'm sitting there eating it with a spoon, and my cellmate comes in. I'm just like, get your ass back, Greg. This shit's mine.
I'm just watching my friend eat a bowl that I want to eat as well. I'm going to talk to my locker tonight at 4 a.m. angrily about it.
He goes, what you got? What you got? Did you make that? I'm like, nah, Snow made it. Who's Snow? I'm like, the guy who walks by herself 4 times a day and I talk to, man. Are you insane? But I was saying that I'm like, the big fucking Mexican guy that I walk with every day, man. Every day, who comes here every day, 3 times a day. You know, I don't get it, Greg. Are you retarded? I hated Greg so much. I liked him. I didn't have anything against him. I just couldn't stand to have to share such a. He lived below me. I could reach down and grab him if I wanted him. Like our lockers are touching.
Greg sucks ass.
Preferable bunk position. No, it seems like everyone wants the bottom bunk.
Everybody wants that bottom bunk.
I like top
Air
bunks. Why is
circulation is
bottom better?
Because you don't have to climb up a ladder, and you don't and you're right there on the ground. You can just hop up. You just sit down and get in. They just want that bottom bunk. Whenever a bottom bunk became available in my cubicle, my cube, I was like, "Fuck it, I don't want that. I'm up here. I'm up high. It's cooler up here. I feel like the AC is blowing right on me, and I can see if when the rape's coming. You know,
it's nice to get a little warning.
I got the lay of the land up here.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that a rape I see?
I don't want this to be like a catheter removal. I want to see it coming. No surprise rapes.
Rape's coming. Yep. From the south. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a wet one.
I like the top bunk too. I always thought it was the better one. I don't know. I feel like a parrot, you know, perching on top, establishing my dominance.
Yeah.
Well, you have a better vantage. You have a better vantage point, I assume, over
right.
That's
People
what I'm
say
saying.
It's hard to get in the
coming.
top bunk. What's wrong with you, you unathletic fuck? Like you can't get into a top
I had
bunk.
no problem. Yeah. I had we each assigned like a plastic chair, so I just backed my plastic chair up to the ladder. So I'd step off it, take one more step, and throw myself in, and I'm up there. The only problem is I felt bad getting up in the middle of the night to piss or something because I'm squeaking and waking Greg up. But Greg don't care. He never complained once.
Yeah, Greg wakes you up with his
There's
fucking
my
hair
roommate.
formula.
I think he has to pee again.
And also,
he
can
is.
You can sleep whenever you want.
You go, Kyle.
that's the
Center
other
bowl.
Yeah.
center bowl.
Nice aim. My Sally got some good aim. Listen.
Silly taking aggressive piss. Yes, he is. He don't hit the sidewall. Let him know. Ring it out. Yes, sir. That's a fat stream right there. Silly got a hog. Silly got a hog in his pants. Yes, sir. He don't skip the pork.
Was there a bathroom in your cell, or did you have to get up and like walk somewhere to?
You had to get up and walk to the end of the dormitory. There's like 80 of us in a dorm set, and we're sharing 1 urinal, 4 toilets, and 5 shower heads, and about 6 sinks.
Tough. That is like EDC.
That's like Coachella porta potty.
It is at Coachella.
It stayed rather clean. I'd usually go during like I would shit in the mornings. I would do my best to get in there early, hit it when it was clean.
Yep.
And
that's the only time I shit. Once
and
a day
shit
in the
very
morning.
quickly. Just really try to get it out and get out. That's the other thing I bought from the commissary that is a must-have when you go to prison: toilet paper. Buy the commissary toilet paper because it's Charmin or some shit. And it's I came walking out with my bag of stuff, and some guy noticed I had the toilet paper, all 4 rolls of it that I paid like $7 or $8 for, and he was like, "Hey, how much is that TP?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man, like $6, $7. That shit's soft as a motherfucker." And I went, "Good to know." Because my ass is bleeding and it's not from rape yet.
Yeah.
That toilet paper in there is the worst airport toilet paper you've ever seen. And we're assigned rolls. There isn't a roll in there. You get 3 rolls a week, I think, which is way overkill, in my opinion.
Is it thin too?
So thin and rough. It literally on the side it says "made proudly by blind people."
It does.
I'm not making this up. Let me find the brand. I guarantee I can find it.
Wait, so I'm wondering what blind people are like.
Yeah. I imagine they like Braille toilet paper.
This sounds like the toilet paper you would use at like a national park where you like found a bathroom in the middle of a 3-mile trail or whatever.
I found it.
Yeah, and it's just straight paper, the roughest paper.
It's also used by the military, according to this.
There we go. Yeah.
Skillcraft toilet paper.
Created with pride by Americans who are blind.
Outlook,
all right.
You can tell.
Is that kind of fucked up that the company's called Outlook, but they're blind people?
But you get 3 rolls.
They're getting paid more than 8 cents an hour, I imagine, right?
Definitely so.
Yeah.
You get 3 rolls of that shit a week, and they're your rolls. So when you go, you take your roll of toilet paper with you to the toilet, and you hang it up on a little stick, like metal rod that's sticking out of the wall. So you've got it there. And the process was to flush continuously while shitting, like continuously. Like sometimes I'd be like, that sounds incredibly unhealthy. He has literally, I'm not exaggerating for comedic purposes, 20, 30 flushes in a row.
Why? How come?
So that you won't, it's like a courtesy flush. It's so you won't hear him shitting or smell the shit. It's because it's just being taken away. It's
kind of nice.
It is kind of nice. Yeah, it actually is.
Did you develop any habits in prison that you took home with you? Like, do you eat your food and guard it?
Nah, nobody's gonna take my food.
It's also it's not like this was like a lifelong thing that he like eventually adopted. I'm just curious, like, was there anything that you learned about that you're like, yeah, maybe life hack, like I'll just do that at home?
Huh. I would say the way I made those chili bowls with the microwave was really tasty, but I don't know that I learned a new skill in that way.
Yeah,
you didn't develop a habit.
No, I'm definitely not making my bed up in real life. Like,
okay,
fuck that. I had to make it every morning in there, like it's fucking the army or some shit.
Did they make you make it differently? Like I make my bed, I just kind of flatten it out and hang over the sides. It's not army type.
Tucked it in, it's supposed to be. They told me that in other camps they'd be like real strict about it, or maybe I think someone was saying that when they were, Greg told me that when he was in the medium security prison before, that a lot of the guards are ex-military, and so they want it to like Marine Corps standards, and they'll come in with a ruler, like, oh, it's supposed to be 7 inches from cuff to cuff on top or whatever the fuck, and they'll like throw all your shit in the floor and walk away and like come back later. And so he would pay somebody to make his bed, I guess in Max, I suppose, I don't know. But he would pay this guy who would make his bed for him every day because the guy could make a bed real well. I would just tuck everything in underneath.
I wonder what a bed making costs.
Probably.
Not
I mean,
much.
it can't be enough that it's like maybe 1 hour of work, you know,
Right?
Like, you're not going to get reamed out, but it's not going to be for 4 cents. Then you're not like,
Wouldn't it be cool to make like, I don't know, a dime in just 10 minutes in prison? And then you get maybe
That's what I'm
10, 12 customers, and all of a sudden you get a day's worth of work based on your skill.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a dime. But I'm in the same thought process as you. I'm sure that.
It's more than, it's going to be more than a dime because there isn't currency. The only currency is things like Max, you know. So you're going to get a bag of fish, or you're going to get a bag of cookies.
I'm just imagining like the Mac King just on a throne of mackerel.
Yeah, I saw a guy who had a whole bag of mackerel. I don't know how many it was. It was like you have your commissary bag is a big mesh bag that like can hold a ton of laundry, and like it's a big fucking sack. And he had one full of mackerel just hung up in his cube.
I like to think that the currency changes and he's fucked. Like, sorry.
Damn it, they moved to oysters. The bottom fell out of the mackerel account.
What would the biggest thing you could buy with a bunch of Macs be? Like what would
you were buying like goods and services, you know, or paying off debts, you know, because the people were gonna eat the Macs usually. But I'm trying to think.
What was the most you would spend? Like 40 Macs for a massage, or I don't know what.
Oh, I don't know how much a massage would cost. That would I didn't ask.
Yeah, Bruce, you have a different idea of what prison is.
The massages were free. They were,
they were given mostly against your will.
You went straight to massage for some reason.
I was trying to think of a service. Is what I don't know.
How much max for a blowjob?
Okay, so here's one. If you want it, so there was a guy who was the orderly who ran the big buffing machine that like polishes floors, the big like industrial one.
Yeah.
And for like 2 Max, he'll do your cube. He'll come in there and he'll just polish the fuck out of your floor, and your floor will be gleaming and clean. And it's a big concern about, a lot of guys were real concerned about the cleanliness of the floor, because you walk into the bathroom wearing your sandals and you're going to step in piss. And then you're stepping back into your cube and stomping piss on your own floor. So now every time you get out of bed, you got to make sure you step into your sandals, because the floor has piss on it, essentially, where you live. And so so Greg every day would pour shampoo on the floor, take a towel and soak it in water, put it on the floor, and then like scrub it around with his feet because he didn't want to pay.
Wait. So you didn't have, maybe this is naive, but you didn't have 2 pairs of shoes, a slider, and like your shoes, so you could take your sliders off or whatever before walking into your room?
That's next level.
Well, if you took them off, then you're walking in your socks and piss that's in the hallway.
No, he has
Just
2 pairs of shoes, a dirty pair, and then you transition to the clean pair.
Yeah, I'm saying you're never without
like
shoes.
Maybe
on.
right outside
like,
your cell is a clean.
But
cell.
outside the cell is piss too.
But that's that's where you wear the dirty shoes, and then you get to your cell where it's a controlled environment, and you switch to the cleanies.
But you have to take them off and then like get to them, and they're like deep in your cell. It's kind of hard to explain, but that just won't work. But
no, I got you.
I had a pair of army boots, I had a pair of sneakers, I had a pair of shower shoes, and I had a pair of flip flops. And
I just feel like you could. I feel like there's I feel like you could mitigate the distance between your piss shoes, but I've not been to prison.
Can't do it.
You can't keep them right at the cell door.
You just accept that the floor is covered in piss. No, your shoes have to be put away in a certain space. Everything has to be hung in its own little place. Like clothes get hung up a certain way, lockers stay closed, beds made, nothing on the bed, nothing on top of the locker. It's a whole thing. You know, they came through one day. The warden came through and opened the Indian guy's locker, and he had opened one of those cellophane bags of cookies, and to preserve them for later, he had put them in an old Folgers coffee plastic jar. Mm-hmm. She was like, contraband.
Contraband for trying to preserve your cookies?
And I went, contra. And I looked, and she had something. I was like, what does that? Maybe he is a chomo. I expected to see like some child porn or like a picture of Snow's grandbaby with like a dick in his mouth or something. Something awful,
a bad move.
Some sort of dirty picture of a kid or something. And it's a Folgers jar with some strawberry cream cookies in it. And she's like, contraband. And I'm just like, I gotta get out of here.
Do you get
did you
for
take
that?
It's 40 years old.
Did she steal it? Did she
Yeah,
take
she
it?
took it.
Oh,
Oh, she ate it.
Unbelievable.
He's like, how am I supposed to keep my cookies fresh?
You know, they were in the guard room later, and they're like, "Free cookies, boys."
Yeah.
And guess what?
I ended on that note. I love the
That was the
wordplay.
best
Very
shit
nice.
I've ever heard.